So today we're looking at the Four of Cups, and this card suggests a need for re-evaluation of your emotional state. It suggests the need to look at your relationships and how they may be having an impact on you, and the way you're feeling and your emotions. It's a card that will often depict contemplation, introspection. It's a feeling of discontent and just a lack of connection. So looking at the symbolism on this card, so as you can see, it's showing a person sitting under a tree looking disinterested or lost in thought. So this seated figure symbolises introspection and contemplation and a need for solitude. The posture and facial expression indicates a focus on inner thoughts and emotions, possibly feeling disconnected from the external world. So the three cups here on the ground, they symbolise existing opportunities or emotional experiences that the person is either dissatisfied with or taking for granted. They represent what is currently available but not fulfilling. So the cloud here with the hand coming out offering this cup symbolises a new opportunity or emotional experience that is being offered by the universe or higher self, and the cloud represents divine intervention or inspiration, suggesting that the new offer is worth considering. The tree and the natural setting symbolises growth, stability and the grounding nature of contemplation. So the environment suggests that the period of introspection can lead to personal growth and a deeper understanding of one's needs and desires. The body language of the figure, with the arms crossed and in a closed posture, symbolises reluctance or resistance to new experiences, and indicates a state of emotional withdrawal or reluctance to engage with new opportunities due to past disappointments or fear of change. So how might the Four of Cups show up in a reading? So when this card shows up in a reading, it often will indicate a feeling of dissatisfaction. This card, it is a card of introspection and contemplation. It's suggesting that one might need to evaluate one's life and their relationships with others. Often it's a card that will indicate that you're missing opportunities that may be being presented to you, and in order to be able to notice new opportunities coming in, we really need to address our feelings and our feelings of like disconnect that we might be feeling at the moment. So it can also suggest a period of emotional stagnation, and because of this it's urging us to maybe look at changing our perspectives around things and trying to see the more positives in our life, because often when we get this card we're really failing to see anything positive, any positive connections or any of the positives that might be happening around us. We're very much more focused on the negatives. So it is a warning to sort of change one's outlook on their life, and it can often mean that maybe a period of solitude is needed so that you've got that time to do some inner healing and to try and shift your mindset. When the card presents, it is asking us to go into deep emotional exploration. It's asking us to really look at why we're feeling the way we're feeling, and try and get to a place where we can start to see the good again. It can often suggest that a person is deeply immersed in their thoughts and feelings at this time if this card comes up in a reading. It's asking you to really look at your current situation and maybe take time away from social activities in order to do this. It's a time where we're kind of urged to look at what direction our life is going in, and if that feels like aligned with us and where we want to go. This can include career choices, relationships, spiritual growth, emotional growth, anything really to do with you, how it might be affecting you emotionally. It can sometimes suggest a feeling of boredom and like a stagnation, or that life isn't going anywhere, or feelings of nothing ever good ever happens to me. But it also suggests missed opportunities. So maybe it's kind of trying to tell us that we're so caught up in that feeling that we are actually missing opportunities that could be passing us by. Maybe you're at a point in your life where nothing seems to interest you. You've lost that kind of joy in your life. It can mean that we've lost meaning, and that there is a need for that inner meaning. We all need our own meaning for being here. And sometimes when we lose meaning, that can lead to quite destructive behaviours. And so it can say that when this card comes up, there's a need for finding meaning in your life again, and the importance around that. Although I spoke about maybe it could be that there was a need for solitude to do some inner healing and emotional work, it can also mean, on the other hand, that that's happening anyway, but not necessarily to do emotional work. More that somebody has just retreated from life. They've withdrawn from society. Maybe they've retreated into their home, and they don't want to face reality, or they don't want to face other people. And it could be that it's happening in a way that's quite bad for them. It's not healthy. Overall, this card really does just talk about the need for re-evaluation and a new perspective for yourself and your life. It's urging you to see the good in the world again, and see the good in your life and your potential. It's very suggestive of the fact that a change of outlook can reveal new opportunities and paths to fulfillment for you once again. It can also show a person who could be taking things for granted, not seeing the worth in the things that are around them, just taking everything for granted. It can also show a person who is in resistance to change, or who is reluctant to change due to past disappointments, or because of the fear of change. Sometimes this card can talk about the need for meditation and deepening your spiritual awareness. So sometimes this card can come up if somebody has become a little bit disconnected from their spiritual body, and there's a need for that reconnection. So it could even suggest, engaging in spiritual practices, or maybe mindfulness or meditation, that kind of thing. It certainly suggests a need for healing and self-care. It can sometimes also suggest a feeling of uncertainty or indecision. So there might be a choice that you need to make, or a decision you need to make around something, and it can feel quite overwhelming. So you might be avoiding it because you just don't know what choice to make. But this could be something such as a job change or a relationship change. Anything that you might be deciding on that could cause a major life change really, and might make you feel uncertain and you're unsure about the best path to take. However, with the Four of Cups, there is a really, really positive side to it, because this card does come into, because we do have the cup here that he's not seeing, but this card does indicate that there is absolutely the potential for growth, new opportunities, a new beginning, if you can kind of get past your current state of mind and discontentment. So although it might feel like quite a negative card, and it might be indicating that your emotional state at present isn't the best, it's kind of, it is the light at the end of the tunnel kind of card. It is saying that it won't always be this way, and if you can just shift your perspective, there are new things waiting to come in for you. So this card is symbolising that things aren't as meaningless or stagnant as you might perceive them to be, that opportunities are there for you. It's just about you rising out of this place and being able to sort of change your perspective, and then you might start seeing these things coming in for you.